Exclusive Home and Away star Tammin Sursok celebrates 2 years of sobriety as she reveals the terrible moment that made her quit drinking for good. Tammin Sursok celebrated an incredible milestone on Wednesday when she revealed she has gone 2 years without touching a glass of alcohol. The former Home and Away star, 41, told Daily Mail Australia she was previously like any other true blue Aussie of drinking age, reaching a hand out for a glass of wine at a social event. But in October 2022, the SHT Show podcast host decided to hop on the wagon for good and stopped using alcohol as a crutch to help ease her social anxiety. "I was not an alcoholic. And I don't want this to take away from people who do struggle. I just drank because it's what we get told was a social thing to do," Tammin assured. "At times, it would help with my anxiety, and then over time I realized, especially as you get older and hormones change, alcohol just wasn't working for me anymore. I think that growing up in Australia you think that maybe you'll stand out for not drinking. So I didn't say anything for a while because it wasn't something I was struggling with. Then, over time, the want for it just slowly started to disappear. It took a while," she added. Tammin went on to say she has been a teetotaler on and off for about 4 years, but revealed it was 2 years ago that she quit drinking for good. "I had half a glass of champagne after I finished filming the movie Blood, Sweat and Cheer, later released in 2023, she said. "It was an intense movie physically and emotionally. At the end of it I remember thinking, oh my goodness, this film is done. I want to celebrate this wonderful experience. I had a glass of wine and the next day I got a terrible migraine. I was like, this is something that is affecting me in a negative way when it's meant to be such a wonderful time." It has been quite a while since Tammin felt tipsy, she said, but added that even just half a glass of alcohol was enough to mess with her health. Tammin revealed she sometimes gets ocular migraines which cause impaired vision and speech, and sends tingles down my arm. These migraines were only worsened by Tammin's weekly social drinking, which would see her consume a typical 4 beverages every week. "I would never have more than 2 in a sitting because for me, after 2, I would just feel so horrible," she assured. "When I was in my early 30s, you could go out to an event, have 2 on a Monday, nothing on a Tuesday, 1 on a Wednesday, and then 2 on a Friday. That was a constant thing." Tammin added, "I was having very little time where I was actually feeling good." She said she would often use alcohol as a crutch to help with her social anxiety when she went out to mingle at events. "That was the biggest thing for me, and also drinking with food. I loved having a glass of wine with dinner, but I always came home and felt dizzy and nauseous," she said. "But nowadays, I can honestly say I don't miss it. I don't think about it. I don't miss it. It's not a part of our lives anymore." The actress, who shares daughters Phoenix, 11, and Lennon, 5, with her husband Sean McEwen, said she's noticed a new wave of people who have quit drinking socially. "I think there's a big push towards a sober lifestyle, and I think that the more we talk about it, I think it's going to help a lot of people," she added. "I think the more we talk about this and the more stories we share, a lot of people won't feel like it's a taboo topic to not be drinking." Tammin celebrated her 2nd year of sobriety on Wednesday by sharing a heartfelt video to Instagram. The caption questioned whether the actress thought she could have fun while being sober, before she grinned as shared a montage of her action-packed year. The star appeared to be having the time of her life as she attended events and concerts and had fun with her friends without an ounce of alcohol in sight. She revealed in the caption of the post that she never thought she would quit drinking alcohol, but said she started to question why 2 years ago. "Why am I doing something that makes me ultimately feel worse for the few hours I felt good? Why was I taking time away from tomorrow?" she wrote. She added that she doesn't miss drinking and is actually more excited to be social and have fun. "Go to concerts, be with my family. I'm sharing my journey. You do you. This also might be inspiration and a sign to try something new in 2025 and see how it goes," she finished. Tammin rose to fame playing Danielle "Danny" Sutherland in Home and Away from 2000 to 2004. She later won praise in the US-made teen series Pretty Little Liars, which she also hosted a podcast for. Nowadays, Tammin says she spends 40% of her time in Australia hosting her new podcast The SHT Show with Tammin Sursok. Tammin invites her famous Australian friends onto the podcast for candid conversations and juicy interviews she shares with her fans. "I wanted it to be touching on the people who knew me when they grew up," she told Daily Mail Australia of her series.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.